So what's your problem with trying to elevate, and what's been your past in recognizing meaning in what you want to do?
You just fuck you fucked me up, bro. I had it and I lost it, bro. Fuck. Okay.
Let's keep it rolling. Because for me, what it is like finding meaning in big and small things. Because if you sort of have your life based off three big things, that makes the day-to-day tasks, every little thing throughout the day, it just sort of fades into each other.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you sort of evolve from that? Elevate from that?
You elevate from that through building like a meaning. Like when my biggest thing
Mm-hmm.
was I never had any sort of like structure of, oh, I want to get bigger in the gym, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a content creator. I want to even just something as simple as I just want to be better socializing with people. Like a thing.
But what do you think about those people who like don't even know what they want? Like they wake up, they just like go through their day. Like you ask them, what'd you do today? And they're just like, I just got up, went to work, went to school, and then like left my house, saw how things were, hung out, played some video games, smoked some weed, went to bed. It's basically what I do every day. On the weekend, I stay. Like, what's that? How do you tell someone like that, like, to even acknowledge what they want when they have no idea? They're in such a passive state.
I think it's, for me at least, it'd be just like show me a version of that that's older. Like when I
What's that?
see
What do you
that,
mean older?
like older as in I see people who are 10 years older than me,
Mm-hmm.
and I go, wow, they're doing the same thing as like a 17-year-old I know out on the street, like someone I see in the street and like say hi to and whatever. And him being 17, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess he's still figuring it out. Like, let's say I don't know them that
But
well.
when you're 30, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the times which I've fallen from what I've wanted to do, I've just been like, what's the point? I'm in my situation, I'm living on such a small island. Everyone kind of just tells me, oh, congrats on, like, let's say I upload a video or do something like that. And I'm not seeing any real progress while I'm seeing people on the internet just like living their dreams. And I'm like, oh, who's gonna recognize me here? And a lot of people like to blame situations they're in or places they're at, like I do at times. I'm at fault at that on that as well. And I just go, okay, let me just continue just either smoking weed or, oh, let me go get a drink tonight. Let me go get fucked up. Let me feel a sense of freedom. I think a lot of people want a sense of freedom, but the type of freedom they want is like the lifestyle on the internet, but they can't get that. So I go, okay, what's the cheapest, quickest way?
What's the closest
Sense
freedom?
of freedom,
Where can
yeah.
I go? Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
And it's always like that first sense of getting drunk. That's what I always love to connect it to. I go, okay, do I want to get drunk tonight? I have that quick boom, like that
It's the
sense of
spike.
freedom.
It's the
Yeah.
your brain just firing, fireworks in your brain. For some people, there'll be alcohol. For other people, it will be weed. For other people, it will be anything else. It could be something like even just scrolling through TikTok for hours on end. Maybe that's your whole fireworks thing because you're so like afraid of the state of boredom that you just get yourself high on whatever it is.
But my question really is I don't know if some people don't try. Like even myself, sometimes I question that. Do I, or let's say you or anyone else, do we not try because we're scared of putting in all that work into, let's say, whatever it is. Let's say you want to be a big time footballer or whatever. Let's say if I put all that time into that and I end up nowhere 5 years down the line, is that what I'm scared of?
You're scared of both. I think you're scared of your potential and you're scared of failing. But I think most people
Mm.
If they were like if they're scared of failing, they don't even try. But if they're scared of but in a sense that's being scared of your potential. I think it's both. I think it's both. I'm not sure what's stronger. Like if someone's more afraid of their potential, how would they act? If someone's more afraid of them failing, how would they act?
It's just, I don't know. I
I
guess
think
that.
I think if someone's more afraid of them failing, like they're like it. I think if you have fear around failure, you've already failed.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's whether you're scared of your potential or your failure, that's you're in a state where you can't even start or do anything. I think it's the hate of the idea of losing, the hating the idea of failing. And you're so afraid to fail in that sense of fear is more like hate, like I can't fail, I'm not gonna fail. That doesn't even enter your consciousness, or when it does, you instantly combat it in your mind with
Yeah.
other thoughts. I think that that's when you're starting something, when you're headed towards something, when you're doing something and your potential is starting. I think if you think too much about your potential and you think too much about, well, what if I do succeed? Or what if I this? What if I, you're already ahead of yourself. And same thing if you fail. Most people aren't in the moment enough. And
Yeah.
then there are those who are in the moment but have no idea of their future. So it's a balance of envisioning yourself in the future, but coming to the moment and acting as if you are that person in the future. So it's you're sort of stepping into a time machine in the moment. So if 5 years from now I want to be the professional footballer, what am I going to do right now? I'm playing football. I'm taking care of my sleep like I would in 5 years,
Yeah.
right?
Like
So
already at the top.
you must see it before it's there. And I don't think people like that think about failing. And I think if they think about their potential, there's no fear. It's more like the fear of wasting it, the fear of like, am I really just gonna like leave this?
Sit on
It's like
this.
yeah, it's like having a lottery ticket and not cashing in. That's what potential is. Everyone has it. Most people don't even know. The problem is this: if you're someone who you're like, I have a lottery ticket, or you don't even know what it's worth. Like you're like, I have a lottery ticket. I don't know if I won, and I don't know where to cash it. That's most people's lives. They're like, I don't know what I'm worth. I don't know if I have potential, and I don't even know how to get started on finding out my potential, maximizing my potential, elevating, growing, finding my thing. So what do you say to that? What do you say to him, to her? What do you say to that person?
You won't. From my experiences, I wouldn't have known if I just didn't try anything.
Mm.
There must be at least one thing that you love to do. Like you're like not just like if you told me I don't know what I like, I don't know what I this, it's like, dude, sit down and see what you do in your day. Like if you just observe in your day what you do, like
That's where the answers are.
exactly.
I also think it's like you think you don't do anything, right? So the things you like are not things that necessarily are associated with potential. Like let's say I smoke weed all day and I just go to work and I don't even like my job. It's like the job isn't anything to do with potential. It's just to earn income.
Yeah.
And the weed isn't something that's like attached to your career or attached to your future or anything that a goal is associated with. If anything, it's an escape,
Yeah.
right? And some people use it as a tool, but most people don't, and how do you sort of like snap out of that? So let's say you do observe and you're like, I like this thing. I like the sport, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Or I used to like this sports, or I used to imagine myself doing this, but you're still in that trance. How do you snap out of it? You think it's through like trying more things? Like once you've observed yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what it is like this thing that you find enjoyment in, or you spend most of your time doing, is like a mask. It just hides what is actually underneath, which is
Your
your potential in something and what you really want to do or what you're really meant to do, like purpose and stuff like that. And then that's where you find your meaning. But you just layers of masks, you know?
I
But
think,
how do you take it off?
I mean, really, it's just do a lot of people. It sounds stupid, but do a lot of people sit with themselves?
Yeah, I think that's
I
what
think
it
that's always like the first step before you even think about your potential or what you can do. Like, do you even have like an hour where you're just sitting with yourself? Like that could uncover a lot of things that you don't.
you've never allowed
Yeah,
yourself time
exactly.
to think about
Yeah.
because you're constantly distracted. It's like it's the same thing with us now, knowing what we want to do. Knowing what we want to do, we still have that problem of like, there's not enough time in the day. Even when I do have like 2 hours free, I just like, you know, go out and let loose and relax, go on my
Even when
phone.
I'm at home, like before I even start anything, like let's say I start my stream, there's always that 30 minutes that I could be doing planning my stream, clipping or something. What do? I waste it.
You're not efficient enough and you're not, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, that's a much better place to be in than like thinking about starting to stream. That's
yeah.
a dangerous place to be, because mediocre is one thing, but like not even trying something or beginning something or going for it, that's dangerous. So what would you say are like the actionable steps to sort of get from that? Like you said, try things, sit with yourself. What then? Because like let's say someone who's watching this does that. I think for me, writing down things and questioning yourself, observing yourself and questioning yourself, and sort of having a target in mind when it comes to your thoughts, not just having them, oh well, I like this but I don't like that, but I like this but I don't like that, and they're sort of just everything is clashing together
With each other.
It's more like, okay, what am I trying to get out of this, right? You say, I'm gonna just sit down 10-20 minutes, I'm just gonna think, but what's my goal here? What's the target? And the target should be, what do I do? Not what do I want to do, what do I do? Right? And that's where analyzing yourself comes in. And I think within that you find the answers. And it's just questioning, okay, why do I do this? Okay, but do I really want to be doing this every day?
Or do I do this because it's just like the easiest thing to do?
Exactly, yeah. It's all about
it's
passive. It's that passiveness that really kills. It just destroys you. If every day sort of like seems the same and blends into each other, not in the sense of it's discipline and it's hard work and I go to the gym every day. Like that sort of blends into each other, because on the outside it's a bigger picture of like something you're trying to accumulate, right? So 100 workouts make your physique.
Yeah, exactly.
So they all kind of go into each other. But what about that sort of passive energy throughout your entire day, where you go to work, you come back, you relax, you go out,
Days turn into months, and they're just all.
And then you look outward and you're like, all right, what have I done the past few months? And everything just sort of seems like not much. Everything is just
blur.
Like,
a big blur.
Yeah. So what do you say is like the actions now that you sort of analyze yourself? Like for you, what did you do?
For me, I picked up again something I liked in the past. Like I used to sing, but when I was a kid, so I was like, okay, I don't want to like sing any pop songs or anything. That's a bit too fruity for my side, but I decided, okay, let me try rapping. That seems cool. I listen to a lot of hip hop, rap songs. Let me try that. That came out of more of a place of I like this rather than I actually want to do this, and I just thought it looked cool. I think if you try something that you're like, well, that looks cool, you don't really have to see yourself doing it per se. You just have to go for it. If you think it's cool enough that you're willing to attempt at it, through it, I always remember.
Find out.
Yeah, I always remember what my friend said. He went, "Oh, well, how do I know like this is what I want to do? Like I want to do so many different things." And I think that's always the first like bad mistake in trying to start something, but it's also a good starting point. When you have like a lot of different things that you want to do, you're kind of there like, oh fuck, which one do I pick? But regardless which one you'll pick, it will lead you to your right answer because you'll know once you have the big first. What would you call that? Like the big first shot? Like for me, it was like making the first
I
song.
think it's just like momentum. I think it's all about momentum. I think the minute you start the ball rolling with like trying something outside your comfort zone, I think comfort and passiveness is what like destroys your dreams. And I
Your
think if
soul.
in you're such a state of passive and like just you don't have energy, you're reacting to energy, and you're very reactive, not active. I think that that's when you don't even know. You can't even think. Like you're just in a state of, in a sense, boredom. You're in a state of boredom always. And everything you do is either because of obligation, because of societal standards, and escaping that boredom,
Yeah, yeah. It's everything just revolves around that.
literally. So I think that sitting with yourself is the most important thing. Analyzing yourself is the most important thing, and being careful not to overanalyze yourself. Where you sort of come back and you go, okay, what am I gonna learn from this? What do I want then? Once you've analyzed yourself, and you just keep analyzing and question, analyzing and answer, analyzing and answer. But then I think once you've sort of seen something, it is like you said, just go for it and get out of your comfort zone.
You have to see it
I
as an experiment.
Yeah, and I also think I think seeing it as an experiment is like it helps because it's like you have a state of play with it.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
not
Like a
no
mad
pressure.
scientist.
No pressure and no, don't even think about it. That I think that that's the best thing. You just don't even think about it. Look into it. Go ahead and start. And if you still have that urge, like let's say your first boxing lesson goes very bad. If you still have the urge to box again, just go for the second lesson, see how it is. And then if by the third, fourth lesson you're like, this, I really don't actually enjoy this. I thought I did, but I don't. Then you know. But if you don't try that first time, you haven't even started. And if you don't try a few more times, you're never really gonna know,
You'll keep
right?
questioning it.
Yeah, and always go based off not how you feel or how good you are at something, because that's a lot of thing that people do bad. They go, I'm not good at anything though. I'm not good at anything. Well, what am I gonna do?
You haven't even tried yet. How are you
Exactly.
gonna
It's
find
like
out?
everyone was bad at the thing that they're good at
Yeah.
one point. No one started off amazing at something. Some people started off talented. Some people started off decent, good, mediocre, like extremely gifted for the amount of experience that they had within that sport or field or skill or whatever. But a lot of things and most things and 98%, if not almost 100%, I'd say, of people and their success, none of it's by accident. And it's always repetition. It's always coming back at it, momentum, starting and feeling like I'm not good at this, and then going, but I'm going to become better. And you just slowly do that. And over time, that's how you get good. And some people are going to have more of a speed. Some people are going to start off at a bit of a higher point than others. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it's like, what are you comparing yourself for? Like, all you got to do is just focus on your thing, and you only compare to
that.
sort of, yeah, you only compare to sort of just like get research and get data in your mind. Yeah.
Compare to learn more and not compare
it.
to beat yourself up about it.
Yeah. And I think it's a huge mix up with people like thinking that their like negative traits are just negative and that's it. I think
do you mean by
within
that?
like everything that's bad in your mind, it's something, there's something good to combat that, and it gives you the same feeling. So like if you get greedy and you're like, I really want to be rich and I really want the Lamborghini, really want a Lamborghini, you are in a state of greed, and you're not thinking about, but why do I want the Lamborghini or anything like that, or but within you there's something, and it could be a trauma, or it could be a drive or an ambition, and all those things. It could be all those things, right? But I think internally it comes from something else. So let's say either a lack in something, like I never had a nice car. That's why I want a Lamborghini.
Like a trauma, in a sense.
Yeah, like you want to feel like you earned something and you've never seen that physically, so now your mind is manifesting it into a Lamborghini. But it's not, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you have to sort of rewire your brain to think, okay, well, what I really want is abundance. I want physical, financial abundance, right? And what does that mean and why do I want that? That's sort of what you will also have to look at, and something will scream negative, right? Like greed. But what you really want is wealth, which is like the same thing in a sense,
But positive.
right? Because it's like, okay, I'm earning money, I'm earning financial freedom, and I can buy stuff that I want. It's like, okay, there's a difference between buying a Lamborghini, and that's like all the money you have, and you like didn't really work for it, but you got lucky, versus like day in, day out working for something, striving towards something,
And earning that Lamborghini.
and not earning that Lamborghini, earning more than that Lamborghini, and then
Okay.
buying the Lamborghini is like a little thing. That's what people really want. Because if you tell someone, like, do you want a Lamborghini or do you want 10 mil in the bank and a Lamborghini?
Everyone's
want-
gonna take the 10 million,
Right? And of course,
Lamborghini.
that's just saying, like, that's just more greed and that's just more. But I think what it is like, what you really want is abundance. And maybe for some people, they'll be like, yeah, I prefer just a Lamborghini than having like 10 million and I can't have a Lamborghini, or like 10 million and a Lamborghini. It's not about that. It's like, what is the thing you want? That's a manifestation of something good. So it has like a pole, like it can go negative or positive, and it's a matter of your mind to sort of shift it into the positive from the negative. So you'll at times get frustrated, like, I'm broke, I want to make more money. And you gotta change that. Like, why I'm not abundant, I'm not financially free. How can I become financially free? Why do I want to be financially free? What am I gonna do when I become financially free? And though that rewiring in your mind, I think sets you up for achieving it. And if you put it on a pedestal, like if you say, all I want is just a Lamborghini, you'll make that money, you'll buy the Lamborghini, and then it will hit you like it hits everyone else, this thing of like, I'm not satisfied. No one is ever satisfied.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. So making that 10 mil, it's not that it means that it's enough. It's that it means like the level of work you have to put in to make 10 mil, the Lamborghini will be small. And you'll be like, I could buy 10 Lamborghinis, but I bought this one. Once I could afford 10 of them. That's smart. That's financially intelligent. It's not, I just want to buy the thing, and right? So if the first million you make, the first thing you do is buy a supercar, that tells you where your priorities are at. If you sort of got to shift it and be like, okay, well, do I really want a Lamborghini or do I want financial freedom? And I'm masking
It was like the Lamborghini as the object.
Exactly. And I think it's
That
the same
goes
thing
to
for
a lot of things.
yeah,
as
like
well.
what you want out of life. Like you're like, I want to be famous. It's like I never want to be famous. Like my whole thing why I do this and like I post and stuff like that is just because I want influence. I want to influence younger men. I want to influence younger generation, my own generation, people that feel like me and have felt like me and want to change and want to grow, and my younger self. That's the only thing I do. I try to influence that, because if I believe that something helped me and if I believe that I have a bit of knowledge to give, then I'm going to share that knowledge, because keeping that knowledge I think is selfish. So I think it's the same thing comes to that. Like sometimes I'll be like, man, I wish I had like a bigger audience, more followers. It's like there's something good there.
Yeah.
But you can't on the outside keep it as I just wish I was more famous.
See, my thing is, I want to be famous out of like selfish needs,
Like
right?
attention.
And attention and all this. I'll be honest about that. but also just comes of being seen, but also being useful.
Yeah.
In
And
a
that's what I mean.
sense.
Like you have to sort of snap yourself out of it and be like, wait, what am I really doing this for? Because that like short-term gratification of I want to be famous, it will go away instantly.
Yeah.
And fame is not worth much. It's worth numbers and it can make money but for how long?
Yeah.
Fame isn't long lasting. Influence is. Being rich isn't long lasting. Being wealthy is. Being greedy is not long lasting. Being gratitude and being grateful is long lasting. It's these sort of rewiring tricks of like it's it's bad masks itself as good.
Yeah.
And
You only see
then you
like the
can't
lower angle of it.
yeah, and you
Not the
can't
bigger
see what's good
picture.
and bad. Like you can't sort of so your mind will go to like I want to be famous and you know you got to sit back and be like, do I really want that? And then let's
We're
say
going
you're
on
like, yeah,
my
I do.
voice to matter.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where the meaning comes in. Is like grab the things. Do not be. I think really what it is don't be afraid to say what other people don't think that they could do or they think sounds bad. Like I used to when I was younger. I used to make YouTube videos when I was younger, like 13, 14. They're not on the internet anymore. But when I used to make them, I wanted to be famous. I wanted people to see me. I wanted multiple. And then I realized that's not really what I want. I don't even like the idea of like the minute I started to get recognized and people started to tell me, I actually really didn't like it because I was very introverted. But what I realized was, what do I really like about it then? What really do I like the idea of like people seeing my videos? It's like, okay, teaching people something. Okay, influencing people to go somewhere, to do something, to change their life. That's what I like. So for me, it's influence, and that's why I started YouTube videos again. That's why I post now. It's all about influence, and that's a much longer lasting fuel. And at times, my mind will sort of be like, I will get caught up in the short term thing of like being famous, but then I'll go back and be like, what do I really want? I want influence,
Yeah.
and that it changes the way you make things, and it gives it more meaning, and it gives it more depth, and it gives it more fuel, more energy from within, and then that goes out. So when we make something, when we make a video, you're gonna think about it like, how do I want to change someone's life? How do I want people to hear this and it enters their consciousness and changes them from within, You're not thinking like, how many views is this gonna get? That's shallow. It's like the iceberg. It's literally like the iceberg. Like on the outside, it's this big level, and you can see this.
And then there's the depth within
Yes.
it and underneath.
And that's what most people don't see, and they're afraid. Like let's say you're someone who wants influence, and you don't recognize that you want influence, and in your head you're like, man, I really
Just
wish
wanna be
I had
famous.
like 10 million followers.
Yeah,
right? And you're
yeah.
like, but I don't want to be famous. Like I'll sound like a dickhead if I say that. Like to
You want the
yourself.
world to revolve around you. That's how you'll
To
start
yourself,
thinking about it.
you're like, yeah, I want to be famous, but I'm not gonna tell myself that. Like you hide it. You hide it within your mind
Push
because
it
you know
down.
it's exactly. You repress it. And that's what I mean. It's like the shadow. You have to integrate that into your mind and let it out. You have to see like, okay, I want to be famous. And don't say it out, just say it to yourself. Say it to yourself and then be like, okay, well, do I really want to be famous? What comes with that? Well, why do I want to be famous? Then you go, oh, because I like the idea of someone seeing something I make and it influencing them,
Inspires them even, yeah.
entertaining them and making their day happy. Like, that's what it is. Like, there's levels of depth, and once you look into the shadow, you find a little light. And then that's what you got to go back to. Not the shadow, not the surface level stuff, the iceberg at the bottom, the depth, the light from the bottom. And I think that's what it is. I think most people are so afraid of not only their potential, but sounding selfish, looking selfish, being whatever, greedy, famous, whatever.
And don't you think like sometimes it could just feel a bit much for people that they have so many different insecurities or fears that they're like, okay, well, I guess I can do this thing, but there's so many other things that I'm so afraid of in different ways. Like, for example,
I think that's all
scared
I think it's all the same thing, and I think your mind makes up other things to avoid what you need to do now. So I think the minute you knock down one fear, all the other ones fall. Like for me, it was how I looked at myself in the mirror physically. Once I started working on that, that's when socially I started to be able to talk more and go out and make friends and whatever, right? Then that went into my work ethic because it's a cycle that repeats. And then it went into how I talk to people. And then it went into how I talk to myself. And then it went into, what do I want to do for my future? Because I already changed myself physically. How can I change my mind? How can I change how I talk to people? And it all starts to go.
One win or like beating one fear kind of.
Yeah, it's like
builds a sort
it's
of
a
momentum
it's a
to it.
snowfall. It's like a big
Okay.
snowball, and it just grabs other things around it, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think that's what you do every time you face a fear. All the other fears look a bit smaller, because it's all the same thing. Like if you think like, oh, I'm afraid to talk to someone, but I'm also afraid to to go to the gym, right? It's like when you go to the gym, you go, okay, well I did that. Well, I faced that fear. Who says I can't face the other fear? And then your mind will instantly start going, well, no, the other fear is different. The other fear is like way worse. Like, no, wait,
It's
like
complicating
the
it.
gym is easy. Like
Uh-huh.
talking to someone's hard, and instantly you're just there. Like the part in you that is stronger will just be like, well, I did just go to the gym and I was afraid of that. Why shouldn't I just go speak to someone also? Like I did the thing I was afraid of. Maybe I can do it again, like that, and boom. It's sort of like, and even if you don't think that, your subconscious does. Like internally, you've done it. You've done it already. The minute and most people do it without knowing it on their phone. Like if you look at someone's For You page, that's an indication of what they really want to do. Or the YouTuber that they follow or the influencer that they look at all the time. That's an indication of sort of like this idol worshipping, and you're mirroring what you want.
Like your phone's your mirror. Okay.
Yeah. And what you watch is like what you want to see yourself doing.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. I see that a lot on my thing.
You just manifest it in a different way. Like everyone's manifesting. Like most people think, oh, I'm gonna learn how to manifest. It's like you've been manifesting your entire life. You just
Whether
don't
it's
know
bad
it.
or good, you've been.
But not even that it's bad or good. It's just in different ways. Like I've been manifesting my life, but instead of living it, I've been projecting it by watching a YouTuber live it.
Yeah. I see that a lot actually. Like not just with me, but also like a friend of mine just sends a video of like this. This is how I want my lifestyle to be with bro. Like like everyone sends those real, and it's just like snowboarding or diving. Yeah, that's probably what like my friend wants
And
to
it's
do deep
perfectly
down.
fine, but unless you actually go, okay, let's book snowboarding tickets.
And start actually doing it, yeah. Live your life like the movie.
Like you're literally just torturing yourself.
Yeah.
Because instead of you're heading towards doing what you really want to do, you're just watching other people live the life you want. It's actually
that
insane.
was nice. I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Swipe.
Yeah. They like that's what I mean about that view. Like you have to step outside of yourself and act as if you're God. Look above yourself. Act as if like there's a crew following you, filming every day. That's what like Joe Rogan said. And when I was younger, it really snapped me out of it. I was like, what am I doing? And I just go, I've just been listening to podcasts for the past 3 hours about how I want to lose weight. And I've been listening to David Goggins, but I'm not out there running. Then I just realized I gotta snap out of it. I'm gonna go out running. And then it goes like, oh, fuck this. I'm gonna do this every day. I'm gonna go running every day. And that's how you actually head towards your goals.
Yeah.
And what you really want to do and the type of life you gotta live, always think about, okay, well, what are the day-to-day actions to get there? What do I have to do on a daily basis to get there? And that's what you gotta do now. That's the moment you gotta live, I think that's what it is. So, yeah.
Damn, bro, you're gonna be fucked up with that very real thing.
It's what everyone does. I do it too. Everyone does it. And that's why I feel really good when I create. When you create something, when you do this, when we record this, it's like, okay, we're living it. We're doing something, you know? And we're heading to that sort of dream.
One step forward.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's it. And then it just motivates you to do other things. And it's then when you have a certain amount of momentum, you gotta lean on discipline, which is a whole other topic.
Yeah.
But that's where sort of like a system comes into play of like your daily routine. You know what I mean?
First, you gotta build the passion, the foundation, and then
Yeah.
the system and the networks for it.
Yeah.
Or the next step.
Yeah. I don't know. I think what a lot of people need to do is like just go through that fear in their mind of whatever it is that they're like that is exactly think about what you're afraid of. Think about what you don't do. Think about what you dislike. Think about what you like. And just go into that. Just think about that and learn about that. Understand that. And that's how you understand yourself and what you really want to do. The answers are all already there.
Yeah.
It's just you're blind. There's a fog and you can't see what's there. That's everyone. So already, I think the first step is thinking, okay, well, what do I really want to do? I don't know. It's like, change that. It's not I don't know, it's I don't know yet. Or I don't know.
Let's find
That's
out.
what I'm going to find out. That's it. That's what you were saying with the experience. It's like, okay, well, the one thing, like I tried so many things. It's like, I just went and found out. I tried to find out. That's what most people don't even do. It's like, I don't know what I want to do in my life. Are you trying to figure that out? Not really. I just kind of
don't think it's an
know.
overnight thing. Like I think a lot of people get in their head that it's like an overnight thing. Like even if it's not overnight success, overnight I just found out what I wanted to do and I went into that. It's like no, I personally spent like 2 years, 3 years, like trying different things, failing, stopping, giving up, trying something again after a couple months, rinse and repeat. I still got a long way to go, but if
I think everyone
didn't-
does. I think no one's like maxed out potential like
Yeah.
constantly 24/7. But the highest level people know exactly when to switch off and when to switch on. Like if you look at a Michael Jordan, right? When they rest, and they know that they're resting, and they know that that's gonna make them more powerful. Not, oh, I can't afford to rest. I'm gonna keep working. Like that's something is like you go up and then you're like fuck, like so you
Crash
gotta
down.
stay stable. So yeah, this is different for everyone.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone's got their own thing. Everyone's different, and you just gotta figure it out for yourself. But I really do think for like Gen Z, the influencer thing is a big one. Like you're just projecting. Everything is a projection. And yeah. You really gotta snap out of it and analyze yourself and look at yourself. Think about, okay, well, what do I do? That's enough. And you have to want to figure it out. Because if you don't have it figured out, especially at this age, it's fine. If you're 19 years old, even up till your early 20s, everyone's like, oh, that's fine. Like, who cares, right? Like, you're young. And then you turn 25, and then you turn 26, and then you're 30.
Then
and
it's
like,
man, then fuck.
yeah, everyone around you is like, dude, you really fucked up, man.
Fuck,
It's
I
like,
became like Fred from work. I was making fun of him 20 years ago, and
Yeah.
now I'm him.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. So you gotta snap out of it and sort of be like, okay, that's fine. I don't know what I want, but let me try to figure it out. That's not the problem. The problem is you're not trying to figure out what you want. So that's what I'd say. I'd say it's as simple as that, and we added layers to it and we simplified it, went into the complexities of it,
Yeah.
and sort of like went into the iceberg of it. But at the end of the day, if you just want a simple answer, it's just go. It's just face the fear and go. Face the shadow and go.
And finish yourself.
Yeah, that's it. So it's that simple.
As simple as.
Elevate man, bro.
Elevate man, yeah.
Elevate man.